Hello, this is Lori Johnson Hintz from Real Talk. Um, I just wanted to bring up something. We live in a world that people seem to be detached. We have this normalized bias going on, being put into our heads by media and what we're being fed every day. What's becoming normal wouldn't have been accepted a long time ago. It wouldn't have been accepted in your own life a long time ago. What has happened is we're being programmed to slowly accept things as okay. And once you accept something as okay, then the next step to programming you in your life is to normalize something that you would never accept again, and it brings you further and further and further away from who you originally were. So, as we go through our days and our lives, you have to ask yourself the question, what are you going to allow to be normal in your life? What are you going to accept as normal? Because I think in this mass world of everybody having their ideologies, it seems as though anything and everything flies. If you want to be a cat in school, you can be a cat. They'll even provide a litter box for you. Is that normal? Would you have accepted that or even thought about accepting that ever in your life? But now you have, because it's been allowed. So we have to, as a human community, begin to speak up for what is normal, what isn't normal, what is acceptable, and what is unacceptable. And stop going with the flow of, ooh, this is the trend, it's trending, and now I have to accept it. You, as a human, are specially made. You don't have to accept anything that is abnormal in your life. You don't have to accept anything that is going to disrupt the love and the peace and the joy of your life. And what we have is we have a society being bombarded with sickening ideology that is becoming the norm. And unless we as a nation stand up and fight against it and speak up, your silence is the guilt of basically letting this continue. We were all raised to know right from wrong. We all were raised to know how to love. And if you weren't, let me correct that. If you weren't raised to love, you in your adulthood have had the choice to learn to love. And it's time to step up to the plate and learn to love. Because we as a society, humans as a society, need each other. We need each other in each other's lives. We need love as the basis of everything that we do. And don't ever mistake love for accepting something that isn't normal. Because that is what is being pushed on society now. Is that, ooh, if you speak out of something that's so outrageous, like being a cat in school with a litter box, or any of the other ideologies that are being taught in schools or that we're hearing over the news, even speaking of, since when did the resurrection of Jesus become now trans identity related? This transgender visibility. If we don't speak up now, it will just be normal to everybody in not even 2 years from now. And then they'll push their next agenda on you. And that'll become normal. And 10 years from now, nothing in this world will be normal. It's not normal to have open borders with no legal entrance. It's not normal to let rioters tear apart stores. It's not normal for people, groups of people, to run into stores and take whatever they want and just run out the door. That's called a thief. And I'm sorry to say, but the thief of all souls and the thieves of mankind's love are in the building. And it's time for those that want normalcy to speak up against what's going on. If we cannot love each other and stop accepting what's not normal, we are going to destroy mankind, our very core of who we are. So think about this. How much can you accept as normal? Because when you choose to say, okay, do whatever you want, whenever you want, I'm just going to stay in my little bubble and everything will be okay, eventually that is going to affect your household. And what the problem is when we decide to stay in our little bubbles and accept what's going on without speaking up, we are destroying the future for our children and for ourselves and for generations to come. Love is the cornerstone of all things. But we can't love if we are a nation divided, and that we cannot truly love if we continue to let filth and evil rule our minds. It's time to get out. Get on your knees and pray. Ask the Lord to show you the way out if you have been accepting these things and not doing anything about it. God has allowed a lot of things to go on in your life from childhood up, but you still have free will to make a choice for what's good for humanity. You have a choice to look deeper into what you're being told on the media. You have a choice to pick up a book and learn what you may not have known yesterday. You have a choice to look at your neighbor, look at the people around you with love and compassion. You have a choice to stop the division that's going on. We all are part of that choice. You have a choice to stop the abnormal acceptance of trash being fed to you daily. It's up to you. What do you want for your future generations? What do you want in a leader of this country? What do you want for the offices of the districts in your school? Make a sound decision, not based on emotion, based on facts, based on what's not only good for you in this moment, but what is good for the future generations. Love each other. Above all else, love each other. Because you're not promised tomorrow. But your children have to live in this world that we're responsible for allowing to be created. Think hard. Make good choices. And love above all else.